Vaheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Vaheguru Ji Ki Fateh. Okay, so we're going to start off with a saki, and this saki takes place in a place called Sialkot. Sialkot is in northern Pakistan, and Guru Nanak Dev Ji, they travel all the way here with Bhai Manpreet Singh. And when they're in Sialkot, it's a very busy, very bustling city. There's a lot of merchants, a lot of shops, it's very thriving. Guru Nanak Dev Ji, they send Bhai Manpreet Singh with 2 rupees. And they say, we want you to go into the markets and we want you to buy 2 rupees worth of a truth and a lie. Now, by this point, Bhai Manpreet Singh has been with Guru Nanak Dev Ji for many years. And they know by now not to doubt Maharaj, right? So many times Maharaj made Bhai Manpreet Singh do things that they didn't understand. So he took the 2 rupees, he goes to the markets, and he asks everyone, I need 2 rupees worth of a truth and a lie. All the shopkeepers laugh at Bhai Manpreet Singh. The only one that doesn't is a guy called Mullah. And Mullah is a shopkeeper. He says, I'll give you 2 rupees worth of a truth and a lie. And he hands him a paper, and written on there is Sach hai marna, chut hai jiona. Meaning that death is the truth and life is a lie. Right? So in life, the only guarantee is death. So by that definition, our lives that we live, it's temporary, isn't it? It's not going to last forever. So it is a lie in that respect. So Sach hai marna, chut hai jiona. So Bhai Manpreet Singh, they take this paper back to Guru Nanak Dev Ji and Maharaj, they laugh to themselves. And when they meet Bhai Mullah, they say, we're so impressed with your truth, what you gave. You did write a lie and you did write a truth. But as you wrote it on this paper, can you write it on your heart also? Meaning that you know the truth, but are you willing to live by it? Can you live by it? And Bhai Mullah, he says something really interesting. He straight up says to Guru Nanak Dev Ji, no, I can't do that. He says, but if you teach me, I'll try. But I know it's the truth, I just don't know how to live that truth. I don't know how to live that Sikhiya. So Guru Nanak Dev Ji, they take Mullah with them, right? They teach him how to wake up for Amrit Vela. They teach him how to meditate, they sing Kirtan together, they do Sangat, Seva, all of these things. He completely transforms Mullah's life. But what happens is, at this point, Mullah has left his home, he's left his shop, and he left his fiancée who he was due to marry. Guru Nanak Dev Ji, they send Mullah away. They said, you've got to go back home now. And Mullah's like, no, I've got everything now, I'm with you. I don't want to go back. He says, Guru Nanak Dev Ji says to Mullah, you've got to go back. Otherwise, your fiancée, she's going to kill herself. She's going to commit suicide. You've got to go back. You can live your life. Just one thing. Don't forget what you wrote on that paper. You wrote it. Now you've got to go back and live it. Right? So this life is a lie and to die is the truth. You've been living by that truth with me. We've been meditating, waking up for Amrit Vela, like I said. Don't forget it when you go back now to your shop. Lo and behold, Mullah goes back. And it's not long before he starts forgetting how to meditate, forgets his Gurbani, forgets his Kirtan, stops doing Sangat and Seva, and everything just starts going downhill very slowly. He cuts back on things. Why? Because he's more focused on his shop. How is the shop doing? How is his family doing now? He's got kids, right? He's got so many responsibilities, so many stresses in his life now, Mullah. Now, what happens is, Guru Nanak Dev Ji, they come back to Sialkot with Bhai Manpreet Singh, and they send Bhai Manpreet Singh, they say, go and get Mullah for us. Bhai Manpreet Singh, they go to the shop. Everyone in the shop says Mullah's gone. He's gone home. So Bhai Manpreet Singh goes to Mullah's home, and everyone at home, his wife, his kids, they say, he's gone out. He's not going to be back for ages. Bhai Manpreet Singh goes all the way back to Guru Nanak Dev Ji. They tell Maharaj this, and Maharaj says that everyone that you spoke to, everyone in the shop and his family at home, they all lied to you. Every single one. Not one of them told the truth. And then at that moment, someone ran over to Guru Nanak Dev Ji and they said, Mullah's been found, he's dead. So what had happened was, Mullah's family and Mullah himself was worried. When they heard Guru Nanak Dev Ji had come back into town, they were worried. Why might have they been worried? So Guru Nanak Dev Ji, they sorted them out, taught them all this Sikhi, taught them all these good things, and now they hear, oh my God, Maharaj is coming back. Why would he be worried, do you think? Any guesses from anyone? Why would Mullah be worried if Guru Nanak Dev Ji's coming? Anyone? Yes, bro. Say again? He hasn't lived it. He knows he hasn't lived it. You're absolutely right. He's also worried that Maharaj is going to take him away again. So his wife, his family, his shop, he's thinking now, if Maharaj comes and they take me away, who's going to look after them? So what he does, he runs away from the shop, goes back home, gets his stuff, runs out of the home, and he hides behind a pile of cow dung, right? What they use for like fuel in the fire. He goes behind that pile of cow dung. He gets bitten by a snake. The venom kills him. When Guru Nanak Dev Ji Bhai Mardana Ji hear this, Guru Nanak Dev Ji, they turn back to Bhai Mardana Ji and they say, look what's happened. These people, they think they've done good, right? They think they're doing the right thing by running, by holding on to their things. But the fruits of what they done are really bad. The fruits of his actions to hide from your Guru. They said, all we done was come back to Sialkot because we knew he'd fallen back off the path. But we only came here to put him back on. We didn't want to take him away from his shop. We didn't want him to take him away from his family. But Mullah thought that he was basically cleverer than Guru Nanak Dev Ji, that he knew what Maharaj wanted. So by not living the Sikhi is really what we're trying to avoid in this series of talks. It's all about what we're going to do. It's a bit like, imagine you've got a driving test and you pass your theory and you think that's it. And you don't bother sitting your practical. Like, what's the point? You've kind of like wasted your time. I don't want to waste my time. I don't want to waste your time. So it's all about what we're actually going to do. And with it being like, spiritual self-defense, we can treat it like a normal self-defense class. You wouldn't go to self-defense and just watch what everyone does, right? You'd want to get involved. You want to practice. You want to learn practically. So that's sort of what we're going for in this course. So what are we trying to protect? That's the first thing we've got to establish. When it comes to self-defense, what is it we are trying to protect? And Maharaj says, Man tu jot swarup hai. They're speaking to the mind now. They say that you are a jot swarup. You are the light of the one is inside you, is what Maharaj is saying. They say, Apna mool pachan, recognize this. Recognize your root. Mool means root. Recognize that you are the light of the one. And now this is a very popular bhakti. I'm sure we've all heard it before. But let's look at it a little bit deeper. This summarizes the whole of life, the whole of existence. Why? Because man tu jot swarup hai. We've got a man, we've got a mind that doesn't know that it's actually the light of the one. It doesn't know it. So what is this whole life journey? Apna mool pachan. We're just trying to recognize that light that's inside us, right? So that is literally the meaning of life. In the most simplest form, we're just trying to recognize who we actually are. So what we're trying to protect is that journey, right? Some of us have been alive for so many lifetimes and we've earned a certain amount, which I'll get into in a minute, and we're actually just trying to protect that journey back to the root, back to the one that's inside us. So what does this journey look like? So what we've done is a lot of meditation and a lot of good actions. They're like two banks of a river, right? If you only have one bank, it's not really a river and it doesn't get to where it's going. Or it's like two oars on a boat, right? If you've only got one, you're not really going to get very far. Now, the fact that we're in Satanga today, the fact that we're all here today, including those of you listening at home, this is proof that we've done a lot of meditation before. We must have done something really good in terms of our actions just to be here, just to have the opportunity to learn. So in terms of our meditation, obviously that's Naam. When we read or listen to our Japji Sahib, Sukhmani Sahib, Kirtan, reading Gurbani, Sehjpad. Good actions can look like contentment, when we live with love, when we're compassionate, all these things, right? So we've got good actions and meditation. And that is going to get us to the mool, this light that's inside us. So like I said, we've earned a lot of this. There's so much. We've got like a spiritual bank account. So much. Now, what happens is, something is coming after this. Something is coming after this bank account. Can anyone have a guess as to what it is? This sort of spiritual account that we've been accumulating. Something's trying to take it from us, a thief. Has anyone got any ideas what that might be? It's just one thing. What is it that's stopping us from remembering what we are? Anyone? Before I pick on Gagan Singh, Hanji. Your mind? Kind of? Anything else? Hanji. Homme. Spot on, thank you. Homme. Ho, I, me. Homme. It's our ego, it's this sense of self. It actually keeps us separate. That's why we don't know what, if someone asks you what God feels like, I know for me, I'm speaking for myself, I've got no idea what God feels like. But that's because I'm trying to use my brain. But God is actually beyond the brain. I hope that makes sense. So we're actually trying to go beyond the mind. We're trying to get back to this light that's inside us. So imagine walking out of here and all the money that's in your pocket just starts falling on the floor. And as you're walking home, there's just a trail of all your money just being left. Imagine something like that. Or imagine checking your bank accounts and someone's just taking all your money out, transaction after transaction. That's what ego does to us in a spiritual sense. It takes all of our kamai, it takes all of our meditation, it takes all of our good actions. So how does it attack us? So this ego, which every one of us has got, it's got 5 attackers. So you've got one ego, and it expands into 5 different ways. Any guesses as to what they are? Come on guys, you know this is easy. 5 things that come from our ego. Anyone? Even just one? Yes. Calm? Brilliant. What does calm mean? Yep. Desire. Spot on. Oh, I'll take it back. Right, so we've got calm. Any others who read quickly? Hanji. Krodh. Yeah, what does krodh mean? Anger. Yeah. So we've got desire, anger. Anything else? Calm, krodh. Yes. Lobh. What does lobh mean? Greed. Yep, spot on. Anything else? That's 3. 2 left. Yes. More? What does more mean? Yeah, spot on. And then we've got 1 left. 1 left. Hanji. Ahangar. Ahangar means... Do you know what it means? Pride. So Kam, Krodh, Lobh, Moh, Ahankar. And Maharaj tell us this really simply. They say, Is dehi andar. So in this body, Pancha Chora Vasa hai. There's 5 thieves in everyone. Kam, Krodh, Lobh, Moh, Ahankara. And all 5 create so much chaos. They create so much pain and suffering for us. So if we go back to Mula for a second, right? Mula thought that Guru Nanak Dev Ji was going to take them away. So Mula's moha, his attachment to his family, his attachment to his shop, made him leave. Right? It was out of attachment. His attachment made him scared. Does that make sense to everyone? He got scared. The fear came from his attachment. And we can say, looking on the surface, that, okay, the snake killed Mula. It was actually Mula's attachment. Otherwise, he would never have gone behind that pile of cow dung if he wasn't so attached. He was scared of leaving his family, his shop for Guru Nanak Dev Ji, right? So it's actually Mula's attachment that killed him. These 5 are the best thieves in the world. The best thieves are the ones that don't let you know that they're there. They don't let you know that they're even stealing from you. You know, like how people say, oh, I'm just an angry person, right? It's like, no, you're a Jod Sarup. Your natural state is bliss. It's not anger. You're just suffering from anger. A lot of people don't even realize that they're suffering. A lot of people don't even realize that these are stealing from them. The worst thing is that these 5 can also feel good. It's the only theft that feels good while it's happening. If you look at desires, when we give in to our desires, let's just take lust, for example. When we give in to lust, it feels good at the time, but it's stealing from us. Same as anger. Sometimes it feels good to swear at people or lose control, see red, whatever, right? That's actually stealing from us. To get more and more things, greed, to hold on to those things, to think that we're never going to lose those things ever, that's actually suffering. We're all in pain and we're all suffering because of all of these things, and pride as well, thinking that we're better than others. So Maharaj goes on to say, Amrit loot hai. That kamai inside us is called Amrit. Amrit loot hai. They actually steal that from us. Manamukh nahi bujhe hai. That a manamukh, someone who follows the 5, those 5 desires, is a manamukh. What happens to them? They never understand. They never understand that they're actually being robbed in the first place. They don't even understand that they're suffering, that they're in pain. They don't get it. Koi na sune pukara. No one listens to the manamukh. So, in a practical sense, we put like alarms on our houses, locks, double locks, triple locks to protect our homes, right? But what do we do to protect our peace? Right? We can be so like strong physically. We could be a black belt in whatever fighting style, right? But at the same time be so weak to our own anger. Right? So this is a completely different ballgame. This is all internal and they're so powerful, these 5. The other thing is that all 5 can corrupt anyone. No one is safe. So this week, for those of you that follow the news, I'll try not to, but it's everywhere. There's been a lot of politics, especially in America. I'm not going to go into detail, but everyone's falling out with each other. They were once friends, now they're not. There's just chaos all over the place, right? Yeah, you said it. And while I was listening to the news, I was thinking, how many of these 5 can I find in what's going on, right? They're all suffering from their desires, definitely. There's a lot of anger, a lot of greed and attachment, and they all think they're better than one another. There's so much pride. All the 5 are causing so much pain in world leaders. These leaders that we elect, whether it's presidents, prime ministers, or whatever, these people that we elect to represent us, they're all suffering from the same thing, badly. These are some of the most powerful people in the world. They're in charge of nuclear weapons. They're in charge of armies, right? So who is really in charge? Right? We might think that these people are in charge, but actually it's the ego. It's this Homme. It's the 5 thieves. Now Maharaj talks about a particular thief, and this is what we're going to focus on today. They say that this thief is like a terrible darkness. They say it makes minds filthy and causes one to do filthy things and suffer. Lastly, they say it corrupts even the best of people. One of those 5 thieves is so powerful that even if you're one of the best people, it could still get you. Does anyone get any guesses as to what Maharaj is talking about? Which one of the 5 thieves? Yes. You got a 1 in 5 chance, bro. Come on. It's not pride, and it's not, what did you say? Go on. Lust. It's not desire, it's not pride. Right, you're down to 3. Anyone else? Hanji, go on. You might as well keep going now. No, it's not attachment. Right, you're down to 2. Dilip Singh. Surely you got 50-50 now, bro. Come on. Surely you ain't going to mess this one up. Huh? It is greed. You got it. You got it. Well done. Right, Lorb. Maharaj says Lorb is so powerful. Even the best of people get corrupted by it. This sense of greed. It's all about needing more. Right? So if we look at desire, that's like I don't have and I want. Greed is I've already got, but I just need more. If I just got a little bit more, then. And then once we get it, what happens? All right, just a little bit more. That's greed. That's how greed gets us. So what sort of things can we be greedy for? Any ideas? When we talk about greed, what do we need just a little bit more of in a worldly sense? What is it that can get us? Yes, Guggenstein. Moolah. The money. Yes, I was wondering what moolah you're talking about there. Yes, the money. Money, wealth, anything else? What can we be greedy for? What do we just need more of? Dilip Singh? What do we need just a bit more of? So you got money, wealth, anything else? Yeah, status, power, right? We can be greedy for food, right? We consume more and more, especially if it's bad food. We get diseases, right? It hurts us. Money, wealth hurts us because we'll never have enough. Status, again, we'll never have enough. There's one thing everyone with power wants, only one thing, and that is more power. It never ends. Clothing, I know for me, if I look at all the clothes I actually wear compared to those that I've actually got, it's probably 5-10% max that I actually wear. Clothing, attention, I'm greedy for attention. I hate being the center of attention. That's why I'm on the mic. So this is another thing we can be greedy for, luxuries, right? We could want the next best car, the next best phone, laptop, anything. There's always something new, and they always hurt us. They always make us suffer. So now the question comes, well, is it wrong to have goals in life, right? We've all got things we want to do, things we want to achieve. Is that wrong then? Or what about, is it bad to earn monies and have those luxuries? Does anyone have any thoughts on these before we answer these questions? Someone said to you as a Sikh, okay, you're a Sikh, so does that mean it's wrong to have goals in life because you're trying to fight your greed? Who thinks, yes, it is wrong? Let's just have a show of hands. Who thinks, yes, it's wrong to have goals in life? Who thinks no? Hands up. I was just checking if you're sleeping. Yeah, right, okay. You're right, but any thoughts as to why? What is it that makes it different? It's the type of goals you have, yeah? Could be. For sure. Definitely. So it's the type of goals you have, whether your goals have like a spiritual aspect to them, something to do with Sikhi. Anyone else? I think I saw a hand go up here. Yes. Mm. For sure. So it's the lens at which we actually do these things, isn't it? Right? So to explain this, there's a saki of two cousins. One's called Gajjan, one's called Shihan. Two male cousins, and these guys are shopkeepers. But these guys are some of the greediest shopkeepers ever. Right? They come to meet Guru Nanak Dev Ji. They're so greedy, they ask for so much from Maharaj, a huge list. And on that list is more wealth. They say, we're out here, we're trying to hustle, we're trying to earn money, we just need more. Maharaj, bless us with more money. We need more. And Guru Nanak Dev Ji, they say something really interesting. They say, everything we get in this life, it's actually from our past actions. It's actually from what we've done before. So Maharaj says, when we act in life, it's like we tie a knot with our hands. But to undo that knot, to undo that action, we have to use our teeth. That's how Guru Nanak Dev Ji says it. So to make the knot is fairly easy. To do that bad action is easy. To undo it, it's not impossible, but if you're using your teeth particularly, it's really hard. It's very difficult, but it's not impossible. So Shihan, he turns to Guru Nanak Dev Ji and he says, okay, in that case, do a miracle, wipe out all of our bad things that we've done before, so that now we can just get the good stuff. Very, very clever, these two. They're trying to trick Guru Nanak Dev Ji. Maharaj says, if you've got an elephant and you wash it, if you don't tie that elephant up, it's just going to roll back in the mud. It's just going to get dirty again. Shihan and Gajjan, they're so confused by what Maharaj is saying. So Maharaj tells them a saki. They tell him a saki of a sadhu. They say this sadhu met a beggar. This beggar had everything, loads of wealth, great family, friends, everything, living the high life, lost everything due to the 5 thieves. So now he's on the streets, lost everything, lost everyone. This sadhu meets him. What does the beggar ask for? He goes, give me wealth. I just need the money back. I was so rich before, I just need that back. And then I'll be all right. Just give me that. So the sadhu says, okay, fine, it's done. The guy's life transforms completely. He earns a lot of money. And then what happens? He goes back to all the greed, thinking that he's better than everyone. The pride kicks in, right? Gives into his lust a lot. So it's like, as a result of the 5 thieves, he hit rock bottom. And all he asked for was other things that are going to make him hit rock bottom again. So he's doing the 5 thieves all over again. He's just going to end up back on the streets. And the sadhu himself, he's so confused. He's like, I gave this guy everything he wanted. How can it have failed? What was the issue there? So Guru Nanak Dev Ji is now asking Gajjan and Shihan that, what do you think was the sadhu's problem? And again, they're so confused. Guru Nanak Dev Ji says the sadhu didn't change his habits. He didn't change the nature of the person before blessing him. So of course he was just going to go back into the same routine, the same habits that he was used to all his life. So Guru Nanak Dev Ji says to Gajjan and Shihan that if I give you riches, it's not actually going to help you at all. Because your greed is only going to make more greed. So when it comes to greed, Maharaj says, Eho mano muraka lobya. Eho mano muraka lobya. Lobe laga lubana. Maharaj says that this mano, this mind of ours, is a murak. It's an absolute fool. Why? Because when it acts in greed, when it just gets more, it thinks that it's going to get to an end point, but it never does. Greed, there's no finish line in greed. It just keeps on going. So, going back to the 2 things, meditation and good actions, Guru Nanak Dev Ji says that I'll give you something. I'll give you Naam, and I'll give you contentment. Naam is your meditation, contentment is your good actions. These 2 things, these are the things that are going to give you real wealth. These are really going to make you rich. So what happens is Gajjan and Shihan, they go back to the shop and they implement these things. So when it comes to Naam, they start meditating at Amrit Vela. They even start singing Kirtan. Guru Nanak Dev Ji had a pothi sahib where all the Gurbani was written. They got their own pothi and copied Gurbani, took it back to their shop, and they just sing it all day between customers. Right? So this is how they implemented Naam into their lives. And when it came to contentment, they actually fixed their prices instead of haggling. So what they used to do is just put like a 400% markup just to see if they could get away with it. It's pretty typical in India, right? But now they fixed their prices. They looked at, okay, what's a sensible profit to have? And then they just told everyone, we're not budging on the price, but this is what it is. Now, this had an interesting effect on their business because straight away people stopped going because they're so used to arguing with these guys. They're not even willing to listen to us anymore. They're not even willing to move their price. We're not shopping at Gajjan and Shihan's shop anymore. But then after a while, people started realizing, actually, you know what? They're actually a lot cheaper than everyone else. So all of a sudden, everyone started going to Gajjan and Shihan's shop, mainly because they didn't have to haggle. And it was actually cheaper than everyone else. So that wealth that they were missing ended up coming to them anyway. And they started giving away everything they had, all their clothing, their food to those in need. Right? Started giving all of this away. So they started living that Sikhi. And I think when it comes to Naam, and especially contentment, I think some of the things like, before we get to that, if we go back to this question, is it wrong to have goals in life? Is it bad to earn money and luxuries? Personally, I would say no if we live consciously. So like Dilip Singh said, it's about our lens. It's about what our goals are if we live consciously. So if we're talking about spiritual self-defense, what can our teachings be? How are we going to live consciously? Right? How are we going to defend ourselves against greed? So one of the things we can look at is Naam. Right? Am I even meditating? Right? Do I listen to Kirtan? Do I sing Kirtan? Have I ever done an ardas? An ardas is a humble request to your guru. It doesn't have to be anything formal. It can literally just be, Maharaj, I'm going to do this. So can you help me? Have we ever even done that? What is our Nityanam like? Our Amrit Vela, Gurbani? Are we actually reading this? Are we actually doing this? And the reason I would suggest doing an ardas first, the reason it's not first is because it created a cool acronym for the word Kanga. So I'll just put them in this order if you're wondering why. So the next one is, what is driving my need for more? Right? So if we're suffering from greed, what is it that's driving it? Is it because we're trying to keep up with everyone else? Maybe friends, family have got all these things, new cars, promotions, whatever. Is it making us feel like we're being left behind? Is that what's making us greedy? This next one really hit home for me when I was researching this. Am I chasing safety? So this for me is definitely true. So if I think about why I want more, it's because I don't know what's around the corner. So in my mind, having more creates a sense of safety just in case, right? You know, when you like save for a rainy day, it's a bit like that, but it's a constant anxiety. It's actually from a fear of the unknown. It's from a fear of, I don't know what's going to happen tomorrow. So I need to have as much as I can just in case. And it was interesting when I was thinking about it, I was like, wow, I've got this very subtle, low level anxiety about the future that I don't know what's going to happen. Do I really trust my guru? If I'm worried about what's going to happen, do I even trust my guru? Probably not as much as I should. Because if we think about our lives, right, I'm sure we've all been through so much. If I asked you to think about all the hardships you've been through, maybe you're going through something right now. The fact that we're still here, the fact that we got through it is Maharaj's kirpa. Maharaj got us through it, right? So who are we really to lose faith now in our guru? Maharaj got us through all of that, all those things we've gone through. Of course, they're going to look after us in the future as well. So there's actually no need to be so fearful of what's going to happen in the future. The next thing, can I accept that I'll never have enough? How much is enough? If you go back to money and wealth, if someone gave us a blank check and said, write a number down, how much is enough? What's that number even going to be? I know a lot of wealthy people, they go to work every single day. And most of them, bar one, maybe two, are miserable. So can I accept I'll never have enough? Is gaining more really gonna make me happy? In other words, am I chasing a feeling by chasing the thing? Right? You know, when we get something new, it's like the feeling it gives us, it makes us really happy and it goes right up. It's like, oh, I feel great. And then eventually, after time, it starts dipping down. So it's not necessarily about the thing we're after. We're actually sometimes just chasing how it makes us feel. The next one is, am I grateful for my blessings? Right? If I lost everything today, what would I miss the most? When was the last time I actually felt grateful, gratitude, contentment? When was the last time we actually felt it and why? So these are all prompts we can ask ourselves or even others to really start to create a separation between us and this greed. Just identifying it is enough. That's the start. That actually I am in a lot of pain. I am actually suffering. I'm on this like hamster wheel that keeps going on. I'm never going to get off. So let's have some fun. Right, this next bit, Satanga G, is a live survey. For those of you that are in the WhatsApp group, I sent a link out to it earlier. for those of you here, it's probably easier to come to the front and scan the QR code. It should take you to a web page called Vivox. And what it's going to do is we're going to go through some prompts, we're going to go through some questions, and it's all going to be live. So as the questions come up on the slides, they're going to come up on your phone as well. And all you need to do is give your opinion. It's completely anonymous. We won't know who you are. It's just a bit of fun to see what our relationship is with greed. That's really what it is. So there's no wrong answers per se. I'll give it a couple of seconds before I start. Is everyone ready? Is there anyone not ready? Okay, let's get cracking. Right, the first one, this should hopefully pop up on your phones. Which of these 5 thieves steals from you the most? Now, if it's 1 or 2, you can pick multiple. If it's all 5, you can even pick all 5 if you need to. But which of these steal from you the most? You can choose it and then you can click submit at the bottom and then your answers will go in. So I'll give it a couple of seconds. So is it desire? Is it anger? Are you angry all the time? Is it actually the greed we've been talking about? Is it attachment, pride? Maybe we think we're better than everyone else. All right, which one of those steals from us the most? Okay, let's see what everyone put. Hopefully this works. Please work. Yes. Okay, wow. So we've got desire, calm, and moha, attachment. Exactly the same, 54% of you. In second place is greed, third place anger, and then last is pride. Okay, that's very interesting. Okay, let's go for the next one. My relationship with Nam is our relationship with Nam good? Is it great? Do we remember the one all the time? Do we meditate but we could do a little bit more, maybe? Or maybe we don't meditate at all. Again, no judgment, put whatever it is, and then just hit submit, and then we'll go on to the next one. Okay, let's see the results. We've got, wow, okay, fair enough, very humble. I do meditate, but I could do better. Good, okay, cool. Next one, what is driving my need for more? What is it that's driving my need for more? Is it I'm trying to keep up with everyone else? Is it this sense of safety? I think on this one you can pick more than one, depending on what applies. Or is it because you think you'll be happier? Is it actually the feeling you're chasing when it comes to greed? So put your answers down, hit submit, and then we'll have a look at what everyone says. Okay, I'm chasing safety. Okay, that's good to know I'm not alone on that one. I'm chasing a sense of safety is the most popular one. Second is I think I'll be happier. Interesting, very interesting. Okay, next one. Greed steals from me through. So which of these is the most dangerous in terms of your life? I think on this one you can pick multiple ones as well. So is it wealth? Is it money? Is it a constant need for more money? Is it food? Status, attention, clothing, or luxuries? Or maybe it's something else altogether. So put your answers in, hit submit, and then we'll have a look at the answers now. Oh, wow, money, wealth. Okay, so money's the top answer. Food, second place. And then third there is luxuries. Okay, interesting. Okay, let's go next. Do I associate my self-worth with what I own or earn? Meaning that however much we have in terms of possessions, it might be money, it might be houses, cars, or whatever, or what we earn in terms of our work-wise, our salaries, bonuses, does that give us a sense of self-worth, that I'm worth my salary, that is my worth? Let's see what everyone put. Oh, no, interesting. Okay, so half of you put no. Interesting. When others have more than me, I am what? I'm genuinely happy for them. Do you feel any jealousy, hatred? You can be as honest as you want. Or do you feel like you're being left behind maybe? Or is it something completely different? Let's see what everyone put. Yeah, I'm genuinely happy for them. Wow. Okay, followed closely by I feel like I'm being left behind. I'd say for me, it's probably both of those as well. I flip between the two. Okay, next. If I got everything I ever wanted, and I had to put worldly in brackets because I know some smart aleck was going to be like, I want my Guruji, right? So if I got everything I ever wanted, worldly wise, I would, what, be complete? Would we really feel complete? Would we still feel unsatisfied? Or are we just not sure? Right, it's time to see what you put. Ooh, this is close. It's really close. So it's only still feeling unsatisfied has edged it only just. Otherwise, it's a split between being complete and I'm not really sure. Right, the next one. How much is enough for me? How much is enough? If someone says, how much is enough for you? What would you say? What does that even look like? Is it you've never really thought about it? Maybe you just need a little bit more than what you've got now. Maybe you just need a little bit more. Or whatever covers my needs and lets me give to others. Maybe that's what it is. Or as much as I can possibly get. A bit like Gajan and Sheehan, right? So let's see what you guys put. You have a different one? Oh, damn. Okay. What was that question? I have no idea why that's different. Okay, hopefully this one works. Is this question the same? Giving to others feels, yeah? Oh, thank God for that. Okay, we're back on track. Giving to others feels great, not so good, or not sure. Maybe we've never done it before. Okay, let's see what you guys put. Great, awesome. A couple of you put in not sure. Am I willing, this is the last one, am I willing to try and make a change in my life? Is it, let's do this, or is it, of course, I don't want to end up like Mula, chasing the Mula, as Gagan would say, right? Also, okay, fair enough. So this, like I said, this is all about what we're going to do. So these are just some prompts, right? So am I meditating? Just things to ask yourselves. What is our relationship with Nam? Right? What is driving my need for more? And am I actually truly grateful? These are the prompts that should lead to action. So what are we going to do? How are we going to defend ourselves against this greed? So all week, I've been thinking about what I can do over this next week, right? So I've got Nam and contentment. I need to bring these two into it. Otherwise, my boat's going to go around in circles. It's got to be both. It's got to be Nam. It's got to be meditation, just like Guru Nanak Dev Ji taught, and contentment. So I've got to bring those in. So I was thinking, what can I do? So I thought, okay, before I start anything, I'm going to do an ardas. I'll do an ardas tonight. This is my sort of checklist throughout the week. I thought every day I'll note down 5 things I'm grateful for. And I'll do 5 mool mantras for each of those things. Right, so I'm trying to tick both of those boxes, Nam and contentment. I'm going to give away clothing I no longer need. And I thought, how can I really challenge myself? What's going to make me feel really uncomfortable, right? Just as a bit of a challenge. And I'm going to come back next week, let you guys know how I got on. One thing that's going to make me feel really uncomfortable is I'm going to contact one person each day and I'm going to tell them that I'm grateful for them. Not only that, I'm going to tell them why I'm grateful for them. Right? If I think to my social circle, oh my God, these guys are going to cuss me. They're going to laugh. They're going to be like, what are you doing, right? But that is, man, I've got an ego to kill. Maharaj Kirpa Karam, right? So I've got to do this stuff. I have to implement now. I've got to implement contentment. I've got to practice gratitude. So why not? Why does that feel so awkward? I actually don't know why that feels awkward for me. Maybe. Could be. It could be a societal thing. Maybe as a society, we don't actually say thanks for being my friend, being my brother, my sister, husband, wife. Well, they never say thanks, but it could be that society, it could be, I don't know, maybe it's just me as a male. Maybe it's a male thing. Guys don't really think about doing it. Or maybe I'm just so arrogant, I've never really thought about giving thanks. which for me is probably what it is. So that's my checklist. So at the end, so next Sunday, this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to do an extra Japji Sahib. So tick the Naam box. And then I'm going to do an Ardas and I'm going to thank Guruji, regardless of how it went. I'm going to thank them and then I'm going to ask them for support moving forward. So hopefully I'm going to keep those things going. Probably not going to keep the contacting one person every day. I don't think I'll have many people to contact if I kept doing that. But hopefully some of these I can carry on. So the question now is, how are you guys going to defend yourself? Really have a think. Right? You sat here for 40 minutes. You've listened to me talk about greed. If we don't change a single thing, if we don't even give it a bit of thought, it sounds harsh. I've kind of wasted your time. And I don't want to waste your time. I'm sure you guys don't want to waste your time. So how are we going to implement this? So that's really the end of the talk. Has anyone got any vichar on their own? Any thoughts on what they might do? Any suggestions for me, maybe? Any questions on what we've covered today? Before we wrap up, anyone? Gurmat is ready for the mic, with the mic. Go on, Sukhdev Singh. You always got something to say, bro. Come on. It doesn't have to be a question. You don't have to ask a question. It could just be your thoughts on greed. Or if I asked you, how does greed affect you personally, if you wouldn't mind sharing? Like, what sort of things? Is there like one or two things that come to your mind that you think, well, yeah, actually, I could do a bit better there?
Sometimes I waste a lot of my time on my phone looking at things like, oh, I'm on Amazon, oh, I could buy this, but I don't need it. But that could be time better, well spent, maybe doing Simran or doing Seva. But yeah, stuff that I don't need, but I'm just looking at it, oh, I could get this, I could buy this. And you just, that's me using my time and energy, on things that I don't need when I could be, spending it better.
Definitely. I think listening to that, I'm already thinking of things in my mind that I'm just buying for the sake of buying it. It's just like for the sake of having more. I don't actually need it. It's just that, like I said earlier, it's just that safety I'm trying to create. Anyone else? Oh, yeah. Hold on.
So I think with greed or with any of the pancho, I think they come in like a whole package. So if you let one in, some way or the others sort of make themselves come in with them. So like opening up the floodgates to something that's not just greed or not just lust or whatever anymore. It's something else that's so detrimental. So it's just keeping a watch on pretty much contentment and your outlook of life, really.
It's brilliant. Thank you, bro. Anyone else? Anyone at the back? Let's make Gurmat run. Come on. Baji at the back? Anything? Anji, yes, go for it. Oh, you got to wait for the mic. Gurmat, hurry up, man. What's wrong with you?
Waheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Waheguru Ji Ki Fateh.
Khalsa, Ki Fateh.
You mentioned saving for a rainy day.
Mm-hmm.
Like, how do we draw the line between being greedy and kind of being financially sensible? Or that makes
That's a good
like,
question.
how much money should we save, if you know what?
So, I'll give you an exact number. This is the exact number you need, right? I think, look, it comes down to the why. Right? If you're saving for a rainy day, it's sensible, but does that just keep on going then? Or have you drawn a line and you're like, that's my rainy day. I'm not too worried. It's there if I need it. Right? So it's not creating that anxiety anymore. For me, that rainy day saving just keeps on going. I've never got to a limit with it. So that's what's creating that fear. That's what's creating that anxiety. So I guess the answer to your question is the lens. It's the why we're doing it, right? We have to do a lot of vichar. You have to really think and do a lot of soul searching to get to the bottom of it. That's what I would say. Is that all right, bro?
Yeah, thanks.
Thank you. Great question. Anyone else? Oh, you're making me run now. Hold on. Dilip's talking again. Hold on, guys.
I don't want to keep doing too much talking, but a good example of that one is actually the example of Raja Janak. So they had all the riches you could think of. Time came where there was a fire in their palace, I think, and they had to sort of run away. But they were muqt enough to leave, or they were muqt, not muqt enough, they were muqt to leave all that and be unaffected by it. So I don't think like It's interesting about the number, but it's not about how much we have or how much we own. It's about, does it own us? Does it own us inside? That's, I think, we should really consider.
Spot on, bro. You should have told me that earlier, man. I could have put that in my slide. Is it owning us or do we own it? That's a good one. All right. Anyone else? Any others? Any of the Bibia? Come on, man. It's all the Singhs answering all the questions. Jagjit Kaur, any others? She was trying so hard not to look at me. So she's the one that chose.
Just any vichar or
Any
question?
vichar, greed, anything that maybe you've already done or something that you could do. I don't know, anything. Say something.
Something that I could do. I think sometimes I struggle with the balance of seva and simran, basically. I can maybe start doing more seva, but then you try to fine line of, am I doing the seva or is Maharaj Ji allowing me to do the seva, which means I need to balance it more with the simran, which will keep me grounded. That's something I've learned but struggle to implement.
Interesting. Thank you for that. That's really cool. Right, any others before we wrap up? Anyone else? Hanji?
Just on the question, how will you defend yourself?
Yeah.
In Gurbani, it says that you can close the windows and doors and meditate, and that would help you to defend yourself against all these five. So Naam and Naam Simran, Gurbani should assist you in, against these five thieves.
Waheguru. And when you say close windows and doors,
It's
is that like a metaphor for
it's
like our senses or something? Or
It's when you're doing Naam Simran, if you even close your eyes, even you're not looking and you're not listening, close other external noises. So going inwards should eventually Guru will help you anyway.
Oh, yeah.
Once you make a start.
Hanji, definitely. Thank you. Thank you so much for sharing. Any more for any more? All right, guys. Let's wrap up there. Gonna be tired enough. Thank you. Thank you so much. I hope that was worth it. Hope to see you guys next week. Forgive me if I made any mistakes. And take care of yourselves. Let's finish off with the Fateh Ji. Vaheguru Ji Ka Khalsa. Vaheguru Ji Ki Fateh.
Waheguru. Sangat Ji, we're just going to do 5 minutes Simran if you want to stay. Waheguru Ji Khalsa.
Vaheguru, 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 ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ 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 ਸ਼ਲੋਕ ਪਵਨ ਗੁਰੂ ਪਾਣੀ ਪਿਤਾ ਮਾਤਾ ਤਰਤ ਮਹਤ ਦਿਵਸ ਰਾਤ ਦੋਇ ਦਾਈ ਦਾਇਆ ਖਿਲੈ ਸਗਲ ਜਗਤ ਰੰਗਿਆਇਆਂ ਬੁਰਿਆਈਆਂ ਵਾਜੈ ਧਰਮ ਹਦੂਰ ਕਰਮੀ ਆਪੋ ਆਪਣੀ ਕੇ ਨੇੜੇ ਕੇ ਦੂਰ ਜਿਨੀ ਨਾਮ ਧਿਆਇਆ ਗਏ ਮਸਕਤ ਕਾਲ ਨਾਨਕ ਤੇ ਮੁਖ ਉਜਲੇ ਕੀਤੀ ਛੋਟੀ ਨਾਲ ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕਾ ਖਾਲਸਾ ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕੀ ਫਤਿਹ।